Hello, and welcome back to Foos Entertainment. It's been a crazy world out there, hasn't it? We're not going to talk about that. I have to say that it's definitely crazy out there in the world. Alright. Well, The Invisible Man from 2020. I feel a little too far away from you all. The Invisible Man from 2020. This was actually the last movie I saw on the big screen before the COVID-19 virus shut everything down. Now, interesting trivia about this. This was actually not meant at all to be a reboot of the Universal Monsterverse. But because of the popularity of this movie, they had decided to take advantage of that situation and reboot the Universal Monsterverse because of this movie. Another good trivia about this movie is this film was made for about roughly 1/3 the budget of a blockbuster movie, which means that they didn't really spend that much money on this movie, like maybe 12 million bucks. I know that seems a lot to a normal person, but as far as movies go, low budget movies, B movies, movies that are not worth your time, are usually between 16 and 22. This one, I believe, was made for 12. I could be wrong. Maybe it was made for 25, but that's still very, very little. But it was made on a very small budget, and the rewards definitely were there. My experience with this movie on the big screen, when I actually went to the movie theaters to see it, I would say this was definitely a pleasant experience. A very pleasant experience indeed. I was not at all expecting this movie to be that good. Just to find out that it was really good. And that's all you can say is when you get surprised from a film, you get surprised from a film. Now, out of the late 2019 releases and very early 2020 releases, some of them were said to be very, very good and were not. Happily enough, this is not one of them. Alright, well, let's talk about the plot of the film, and we'll be very quick on this, obviously. Plot of a film is basically, after escaping an abusive boyfriend, our main character, tell me your name, Cynthia, yeah. Our main character, Cynthia, I believe that's her name, she escapes her abusive boyfriend. His name is Adam, I believe. It doesn't say his name, but I believe there's something like that. Like I said, it's been a crazy world. Last night I just watched this movie, but you know, sometimes I forget little names. But she gets her abusive boyfriend, and then 2 weeks later, it is brought to her attention that her ex-boyfriend killed himself, and that she's getting pretty much $5 million, or yeah, $5 million. She's getting $5 million of proceeds because of his death. Sort of like a will and testament of sorts. When she gets that, she finally sees some weird things happening like hearing weird noises around her, all the way to even having what appears to be footprints from some invisible person walking around on her bed sheets. No one believes her, of course, because she is suffering from PTSD due to a physically abusive relationship with a multi-billionaire ex-boyfriend. So no one believes her. Then she goes to her ex-boyfriend's house and discovers that he has created the ability to make himself invisible through biomechanic type of suits that has to do with opticals. So pretty much a mirror optical suit. So not biotech suit, but a optical suit that can actually kind of do, in a lot of ways, what the invisible car in Die Another Day, the James Bond film Pierce Brosnan, can do, but a little more realistic and practical. You actually have trillions of cameras over the entire suit that reflect everything around it to make the person look completely invisible while wearing the suit. And when discovering that, she tries to talk to her sister, and then Adrian is the villain. So her ex-boyfriend's name is Adrian. See it? It's funny coming back. So makes it look like she killed her own sister by slitting her sister's throat in front of everybody at a sit-down restaurant. Luxurious sit-down restaurant. The type that requires you to get reservations months in advance. So she gets admitted to the psychiatric ward on murder one charges. Thus, while in there, her proceeds are denied by Adrian's brother. And then we find out that Adrian and Adrian's brother have been wearing invisible suits, terrorizing our main character's life. She finally gets upper hand on one of them and shoots him dead with a Glock 40. And finds out it was Adrian's brother. And then Adrian made it to where it looked like he was innocent of all crimes by making it appear that he was kept captive in his own house by his brother. She's not buying it, so she goes over there trying to get him to admit his guilt so she could bring him to justice, but knowing he wouldn't, she did see that he was hiding something in his eyes, so she left the room for a little while at his house, put on one of these suits, and on camera made it look like Adrian committed suicide. And then feels like she has been relieved from her nightmare by the end of the film. Now I know there's speculation about this movie that they may make it a movie called The Invisible Woman because of the ending. This is very hard for people to understand. Very hard for people to understand. Wow. What a difference. But sometimes films have endings. They're not supposed to have any resolution at all. This is one of them. I know a lot of people, including my father, get driven absolutely insane. Unless there's like an absolute conclusion to a movie, they go nuts and bonkers and just, they're going to make another one, they're going to make another one, they're going to make another one. They're not going to make another one. They wanted to end the movie that way for perks, for quiffs, to get underneath your skin, to make you feel a little uncomfortable. That's the point. And that's the point of this movie. Alright, well, audio and video quality. I actually would have loved to have gotten this in the UHD version, but this film was impossible to find because everybody wanted a copy of it. So all of the Ultra HD versions were all sold out, so I couldn't get the 4K version of this. But yes, this film was in 4K in theaters. It had Dolby Vision plus Atmos during its theatrical run. But the picture quality is not bad for this. But of course, why wouldn't it be? This is a Universal Showcase movie, so expect a very digital look to the movie, a very detailed look to the film, and it definitely does have that. I say it goes more towards a cooler temperature mixed in with just a hint of a warm temperature. You know, just in that way, makes you wonder what it would look like in the UHD version. Maybe if I ever get the Ultra HD version, I'll make another review on this movie. I don't know. Where the film really does win all of the awards to me is the audio. This is one of the best, more recent Dolby Atmos presentations I have heard in a movie. Everything from the rain to weary noises and wind, even waterfalls at the beginning of the movie, you know. The Atmos is brilliant in this movie. There's so good use of overhead effects. And this is an intense Dolby Atmos presentation, which means that you have a lot of dramaticness in the sound. I love that. So yeah, if you guys want a showcaser that it was made in 2020 to showcase your Dolby Atmos system off, do with this. Because Dolby Atmos track in this movie is quite good. Well, that's all there is to say about 2020's The Invisible Man. I recommend this movie. I think that you guys would love this movie, all of my fans here. So definitely go out and pick up a copy of The Invisible Man. I have no excuse anymore not to pick up copies of movies. So go out there and pick up a copy of The Invisible Man. And until next time, I will see you.